I'm here with Steve Anderson, famous actor of the silver screen. He's a hilarious man. Steve, how did you get started?
Well, Kirby, I'm glad you brought that up. When I was born, there was such drama in the room, I knew I wanted to be a part of it my whole life. But now let's get back to you.
Okay.
And I've got to say this all sincerely, too. I'm doing an interview with one of my very favorite actors, and now I felt that way actually before you and I had a chance to do some acting together, you know.
Thank you.
Pirates of the Great Salt Lake, huh? And,
that was so much fun. I remember that was the first time I met you, and I had my first man crush on you. I've had subsequent man crushes on you. Every day on set, you'd show up and do something brilliant.
Well, you're way too kind. That's
no,
I was, and we were willing to don the patches and the hooks together and do the whole thing. It was fun. We had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you sure you picked us a strong and sturdy boat?
I am. The strongest I had. I want the cheapest boat you got. You are the worst boat maker that I've ever hired. I will never be able to sell that crap.
I have just the boat for you. But now we're here on the set of Singles Ward 2, and you're reprising a role here, aren't you?
I am. It's kind of a variation on a theme, really, is what it is. Yeah, I'm playing Dallin. I'm a guy that in the first Singles Ward got his mission called to Boise, Idaho.
I'm going to Boise, Idaho! Woo-hoo! I'm glad they call me on vacation. Now that I've grown up for two. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! 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 Yeah! Where's a map?
And this one he's returned and he's teaching Mormon mythology at supposedly like the Cougar, the BYU. And
funny stuff.
He falls in love with a girl who's a recent convert. And so her parents aren't members and aren't akin to the vernacular of look at all these big words I'm using.
It's great. I'm impressed.
Thank you. As long as you're
got our
impressed.
secretary, she's writing them down. We're going to check them for real words.
If they're really
yes.
words. And then it's just the wackiness ensues when we talk about the different things that happen in our church and stuff with the parents. And above all, I think it's a great romantic comedy that I think this is their best script thus far. Really funny. We have a fantastic crew, fantastic cast that just easy to work with. We have Trenton James, we have Aaron Chambers, who plays my fiancée, beautiful, wonderfully talented girl, and it's just a lot of fun. We get to improvise a lot and do just some fun things.
Kurt has always been good about that, allowing a little freedom. There's a script, but if something comes in that actor's been thinking about a part of the role, and sometimes there's a line there that's funnier than in the script.
Exactly, and you just don't really tell him that the lines are bad because he wrote them. You just say, hey, this is funny, but what if we tried this? Yeah, yeah.
Could we give this one just a try? Just film it, then we'll see later on.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, you know, you also did so many other movies, The Best 2 Years, and people know you around here for a lot of films and that sort of thing. Where were you born, Kirby?
I was born in Evanston, Wyoming. It's a small suburb of Ogden, kind of.
And came down in this area. How did you actually get a part of the whole Mormon film culture? When we were doing something, they actually had the New York Times covering it because people back east seemed to know. So how did you get involved with that?
I graduated from college and decided I was somewhat grown up, and I always wanted to be an actor. I acted in high school and in middle school and a bit in college, and I thought that's what I wanted to do. And so I got an agent and I auditioned, and it just happened to be when the Mormon comedies were being born that same summer that I graduated. Just auditioned, went in, and just made a fool of myself, and I'm still making a fool of myself.
Well, you know, that's the thing. Actors have to be able to let their hair down, and you've always been so good at that. I think, really, there's a metamorphosis in it. You know, The Best 2 Years, I love that character. So funny, just the looks and so forth. So, you know, I think you're a rare actor, and I know it's embarrassing for me to talk with such accolades about you, but it's a rare person who can do comedy and serious stuff And you, my friend, can do both. So very
Thank
nice.
you.
Very nice job on all that kind of thing. Now, you also sing, too, and maybe some people don't know that. Do you like to do both equally well? What's your feeling about singing and acting?
Yeah, I'm really fortunate. The first time I had a song in the RM that Kurt, he had heard that I did that, and he asked me to cover If You Could Hide a Kolob, and I did that. And then I actually was pursuing music before I was pursuing acting. I did that, and I thought that was going to be my job. And then I just fell into acting again, and now I'm fortunate enough that I can do both. And I'm fortunate to have songs in a lot of the films that I do. And
That's right. Now, you actually, I think, have residency in California, but you kind of are in there, you're here in Utah, not limited just to those two states. You're moving around quite a bit, aren't you?
yeah, I'm all over. Yeah, we live in California right now, and always come back to Utah to visit family and any projects that involve Steve Anderson. And
Well, now, you had a project just recently where you were on a trampoline, I think. Is that right? Was this a pilot or something? What went on there? We might even have a clip of that.
I'm busy. Warm, Daddy. How are you? I'll call you back.
It was a really old trampoline, and I was trying to show off doing backflips and stuff and trying to get that on camera. And I just jumped a little too hard, and I had like 5 too many donuts, apparently. And it just ripped right in half. And
So you went through it to the ground?
all the way to the ground, yeah.
And with a jar, you did get hurt?
It did. It was jarring mostly. And I was more scared than hurt.
Oh, yeah.
But
Fortunately, probably most of it, the fall was broken, but not enough to keep you from going all the way down.
yeah, and in typical production fashion, they immediately said, "All right, well, let's just get you on this part of the tramp. Just get back up on it, and we won't see this part." So,
Even though it was ripped
like
there,
you're
huh?
calling for me.
All right, we'll pick it up.
okay, thanks.
Well, Kirby had to head back to set. That's the way it is when you're an important star, and we were so glad he could take a little bit of time to be with us on this comedy, this sequel, Singles Second Ward, I believe is what it's called, and he's reprising his role that he started a few years ago. He's had a lot of hits since then, and I'm sure are going to have a lot more. What a great guy to be with. Steve Anderson here, back to you.